many friends, Jews and non-Jews as well. We have members of the governing body of the town of Bethel. And I want to thank them for the support and for how they extended themselves. Their office, the town of Bethel office became the office of the Bismedic of White Lake. Anything that we needed, they were there to help us. To do things that I have no idea what they're all about, like an email, like others, technological advances, they were there. And they even taught me English as well. So I shouldn't fall into the embarrassment. I shouldn't be in the same situation where there was a Jewish plumber who was working in a covenant. And the Mother Superior went over to his sister, Mr. Cole, stop calling me Mother Shapiro. Metzar Korosiko, Yonomi Bamerchat. We called out to the Rabbi Shalom, Melaveh, from the very depths and from extreme trying situations, Yonomi Bamerchat. And the Rabbi Shalom answered us with such so greatly and so vastly. We had, in our 37 years, we had so many situations. There were those, like Reb Shimshon Ogazunstein, who is an inspiration to our Bismedic. There are others who suffered many afflictions. We had in the Spalo, Mr. Joe Klein, who was on mental MS, who lost his sight. And he had no idea where they were taking him to. And they took advantage of his affliction, and this was his, like Reb Shimshon said, this was his lifeline to come here in our Bismedic. They didn't take him here. They took him to some place, a social hall, or some place where they felt they wanted to go, not where he wanted to go. Heartbreaking. After the dramatic capture and bringing to trial Adolf Eichmann, his counsel sought for a change of venue. They said that here in Israel, where the judges are sons of Jews, where the recollection of the Holocaust, where millions were destroyed, was something that touched the very being of every Jew. They said he cannot get a fair, impartial trial. And he asked that the judges should dismiss themselves. And in reply, the judges said that whoever is not touched and not affected by the Holocaust is not a member of the human race. Our Simchas HaTorah, our Siyum Sefer Torah, our first Sefer Torah that came in possession, a dream, 37 years. There is no one here that didn't shed tears and wasn't sameach with us on that Simchas HaTorah. After the end of the Malkah War, and there were Yiddish kinder, Jewish children, who the only way that they could survive was by having them committed to covenants, the Catholic orphanages. That's the only way they could survive. After the Malkah, after the war, Yidden went and ran, and they did everything possible to take out those kinderlach, those children, and bring them back to their parents, and bring them back to a natural receiver of Torah mitzvahs. But there was protocol, and there's rules and there's regulations, there's red tape. They said, do you have any papers, documentation? What kind of business do you have with these children? Then gesucht, they're frantic in their search for some basis, some legal basis to take these kids out back. And one of those gathered, these Rabbi, these Yidden, who tried to bring back these kids out, they said to the other Rabbi and the others, they said, you know what? I'm sure that these children, in their infancy, they must have heard their tatas, their mamas putting them to sleep and saying to them, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Putting them to sleep. Let us all together loudly, with our voices, raise our voices and say to them, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And these children got up in their seats and they ran over. Tati Bubiste, Mali Bubiste. From the rooftops for 37 years, we're screaming with all our praises, Shema Yisrael. And in those 37 years, Baruch Hashem, there was a radio program, and I spoke about HaRav Mishpachim. And I received a letter from the Bronx, and the return address was AWL Bronx, New York. And it was addressed to Rabbi Fishbain, New York. Inside was a cashier's check for, I don't remember the amount, it was signed A.W. Listener, Listener. Inside was a note. Dear Rabbi Fishbain, your message on Torah Mishpachim had a positive, on family purity, had a positive effect upon my husband and myself. Enclosed is a small token of gratitude. There's many, many, many stories like that. Now, my son, we're, Baruch Hashem, Ashrechem Sheditzastem, Ashi Ayin Rosa Poleda. Fortunately, I that witness this tremendous Kiddush Hashem. It's worth millions of dollars, the Kiddush Hashem that is made. The Achlosus Sefer Torah. People were about bathing on their boats. They came running from the lake to dance in the joining and the singing, to join in. And Baruch Hashem, I'm delighted that we're not in debt for gambling, and we're not in debt for any luxuries. We're in debt for Kiddush Shamayim. We're in debt to the extent of $15,000. We have for sale. The Sefer Torah is complete, but there are yet three series that have to be sold, 3 places that have to be sold on the Atzei Chaims, which is one of the most honorable and sacred, one of the most sacred honors that can be bestowed upon someone to sow that. Each one is $1,800. Those 3 are left. We ask each one here, besides $1,800, whatever way they can make sure, and I want to let you know that in order to get the Sefer Torah here, on a Wednesday morning, I think it was July 1st or June 29th, I don't remember the date, the $35,000 cash had to be at an intermediary in Muncie, not no checks. $35,000 had to be in the hands of an intermediary here in Muncie, and he was on the telephone, transcontinental to Eretz Yisrael. And the plane was leaving 5 hours later. The tenseness, you can imagine the drama, the tenseness, the drama of having that $35,000 to bring a Sefer Torah here and put it on the plane. And who came to our rescue? A Yid, the director of Camp Magen Avram, Bill Perkel, exact day that several hundred girls are arriving for Camp Sternberg. And he was responsible for each and every girl, and the money had to be in Muncie at someone's office by 12:30. It was 10 o'clock, 10:30, the buses didn't leave yet, and he said he's going to help me. Glenn said he's going to help me with $11,000. We're short $11,000 additional loans. The minute the last bus closed his door, Doug ran to 3 banks.